to Shining Polaris, another very late video because I work very late and then I try to watch the episode really quickly so I can give you my bad takes and opinions on what I thought. I will say this week's Dynamite, I had a lot of doubt about it because the only two matches that were really announced last Dynamite was the Jericho and Wardlow match, and then the Good Brothers and Dark Order match. Otherwise, all the other matches on the card were made like literally 2 or 3 days beforehand. So I had very low expectations for this video. I mean, I don't even know if it's going to hit 1 million, but I will say I was actually surprised it wasn't that bad at all. And so, yeah, we're just going to go really quickly through some of the stuff that happened. And yeah. So first match was one that I was looking forward to, of course, because I'm biased. This was the Elite, so Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus the Sydal brothers and Dante Martin. Now, a lot of people did not like this match because this is one of the last minute, no build match there is. But like I said, so every episode is not going to be like the greatest episode ever, and sometimes you're just gonna have these fun matches because people, you know, you got to get the people what they want. So the match was obviously really good. Everyone is super talented in the ring. My only thing is, and I really like Dante Martin and all that, but somehow, just in my opinion, it seemed like some of his dives and his moves didn't seem too great. I don't know. That's just my little take on it. But otherwise, like he countered out on a lot of the Elite's moves, which was pretty impressive. You know, so even at the end, you know, he was the one that got put into the One Wing Angel, and then he got, you know, BTE triggered on, and that's how he got pinned and lost the match for his team. But even though Dante Martin lost, he still looked great in defeat. The Sydal brothers, they're always super talented, so I have no doubt in my mind, you know, every time they're in a match, it's always really good. So, but the most important part was what happened after this match. You had Don Callis on commentary, so he came down to the ring, and Tony Schiavone was in there because he wanted to interview the Elite on their win or whatever. But Don Callis comes out and basically, you know, saying about Christian Cage being #1 contender. So Christian Cage comes out, and basically Don Callis was saying that they're going to have Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the AEW World Title at All Out. So that is your first official match for the All Out pay-per-view. Just seeing some of the tweets of the people that were there at the show and watching it on TV, you can hear the crowd reaction was not really good but when they announced this match, because I know everybody was expecting it was going to be Kenny Omega versus Adam Page, but it didn't happen. But the best part was when Don was like, you know, we're going to have this match September 5th at All Out in Chicago. The moment he said Chicago, everyone's like, CM Punk, CM Punk. That's all everyone's caring about. And actually, like, I mean, I'll say it again later. I think this pay-per-view, first of all, the stadium's already, or the arena's already sold out. So it's not like they could say whatever. It's already sold out, so they can't sell out any more than they already have. But of course, you know, they're trying to get that buy rate up. So a lot of people are not super excited about this match. It will not be the main event. I am very sure it will not be. It's just another, you know, another match on the All Out card. But another announcement that they made, and this is for the debut of Rampage, which will be on Friday, that it will be Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the Impact World Title. So that's really exciting, especially to have a big match like that at Rampage. Just want to say again, there's a lot of people not liking that either. God, you know, I feel so bad. Like, Christian Cage just has like a bad rap or whatever. Like, ever since he debuted at Revolution, everybody thought that it was going to be, you know, like these huge names that was going to debut at Revolution that end up being Christian, and somehow ever since then, people are just not excited about him, which sucks. So, you know, he's a great wrestler. Obviously, he's like one of the big, you know, veterans and one of the big names out there. So, I'm excited for the match. Again, there's a lot of people that also don't like which is weird. There's some people that don't like this AEW and Impact crossover, which I don't get. So it's like, for a long time, you hear people are saying, why don't AEW ever advertise Impact, while Impact heavily advertise AEW all the time? And now that they did it, I mean, look at that. You got your Impact tag team titles being defended, and plus you're going to have the Impact World title being defended on Friday. There are people that still don't like it, and I don't know, it's because they don't like Kenny Omega, or they don't like Christian Cage, or they just don't like stuff. I don't know. Anyway, too long on that subject. Moving on. All right, if you thought that announcing, you know, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for All Out and then for Rampage wasn't enough, during this whole time, Jurassic Express actually came out for Christian Cage too, and then Jungle Boy gets on the mic finally to say a few words, and the only thing he said was Jurassic Express is #1 contenders, and they will challenge the Young Bucks for their title belts. So that will be on Dynamite next week. So you got that going. So my prediction here is, who are the Young Bucks are going to face at All Out? Because they have made it very clear in last week's promo that they have beaten every team, you know, every top 5 team, which is true, and they basically have no more challengers. So in a segment next, could be Lucha Brothers, but I'm going to wishful think even further, and I don't think it's going to be anybody on the AEW roster. I think it's going to be a surprise tag team. I'm hoping that will be great. You know, add another element of surprise on the All Out card. So we'll see about that. But we'll go on right to the next segment, and we'll touch on that again. So they had the Death Triangle together, and they're being interviewed backstage, and then Lucha Brothers were saying a couple things, but then Pac interrupted them, and he said, like, hey, you know what, let me take care of this, because you two, you should concentrate on getting the tag team gold. And Pac was like, I will take care of Andrade. So he's basically saying, like, Andrade, you know, you want to fight, you know, come at me. Can't come at me, bro. So because Pac went and said that to the Lucha Brothers about going after the tag team titles, that makes me think maybe we're going to have Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers. But again, we'll see, because that will be a great match regardless. But I'm very sure we have seen that already. And not that it matters. I mean, you know, like, whatever. You could see many matches. But I'm still going to hope that it is going to be a surprise group. Now, I personally, and I've been wishing this at every single pay-per-view prediction, that eventually Young Bucks are going to face Guerrillas of Destiny. I'm still waiting for that. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Some people are saying that Guerrilla of Destiny may have their debut. Not saying their match against Young Bucks, but just their debut on AEW during Grand Slam. I mean, that would be cool. I'm not sure. So, continue on with that segment. You're going to have, then later on, Andrade came out with his team, and basically saying that they will have their match. That, you know, he accepted the challenge, and they're going to have their match at All Out. So that's their second official match. It will be Andrade versus Pac, which will be great. I am excited about that. I'm just gonna say I think Andrade is gonna win it, and that will eventually, maybe it's the start of getting Death Triangle to break up. And I've said this in the past, I like all 3 members of the Death Triangle, but I think Lucha Brothers need to, like, be on their own, or, you know, doing their tag team thing, and Pac just be a lone wolf. So, and I think that's going to happen very, very soon, especially with Andrade in the mix. What is it? Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia. And so, from what I heard, I think 2.0 or Everrise, I think they are signed to AEW, but, you know, it's not like, we're not making a huge deal of it, you know, just like with Malachi Black or with CM Punk. But I think they are signed, and and from what I've heard, maybe that they're going to kind of take over the place of the Acclaim, where the Acclaim was kind of facing off against Varsity Blonde, but since they're put on ice. I think from what I heard, that role may taken over by 2.0. But regardless, that's cool. 2.0 is a very funny group. Quick match. I didn't watch this too well. Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia. Darby Allin wins it at the end, of course. And next, then you have the trios match, which is Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta versus Hardy Family Office, which is Matt Hardy and Private Party. I was surprised, actually, that Matt Hardy and his team won this. I really thought it was going to be Orange Cassidy and his team. But, I mean, I guess that makes sense because I feel like, HFO, they needed a couple wins. Obviously, they went and pinned Wheeler Yuta for this. And that's how they got it. And of course, they had so much shenanigans. I mean, HFO, they bring their whole entire team out, which has like 10 people. And then you had Nyla Rose also, outside too, because she's trying to like attack Chris Statlander for their match later on. So, quick news if you didn't hear it, Wheeler Yuta, who seems to already be on the road to AEW full time. He was, from what I read this morning, that he was actually supposed to sign with NXT, or that NXT was super interested in him, but for some reason didn't finish their deal with him and just let it slide, and he is with AEW now. So good for him. I like Wheeler Yuta, and I really like that he is super brand new to AEW, and we're showcasing him a lot. So good for him. Let's go with Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander. I was kind of worried that Nyla Rose was gonna win this because she recently lost to, of course, Dr. Britt Baker for the championship, so she did not win that. And AEW had presented Nyla Rose so strongly. I was really afraid for a second that she may just beat Chris Statlander, and I'm like, no, because I've said this before. I'm kind of tired of seeing Nyla Rose in the title scene. Like she's always the first one or the main one going after the belt. Give that time to someone else. So I'm very glad that it is Chris Statlander, and Chris won this very cleanly. No shenanigans. I'm very sure. I think that's probably going to be the All Out match right there. Dr. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander for the Women's Championship, which will be good. Chris Statlander has been undefeated ever since she came back from her year-long absence from AEW. So that's good that she's getting the opportunity. So there you go with that. I think that's going to be the next match. Then we'll just go with the Dr. Britt Baker segment. So she comes out. Of course, this is like her hometown of Pittsburgh. She's wearing the all black and yellow gear on. Everyone's cheering for her, and she's talking about just talking about Red Velvet and all that. So her match with Red Velvet will be the main event for Rampage, which is great. It's always good to see a woman main eventing. And I have said this in my tweet, and this is just total speculation. There is absolutely no basis, but I'm hoping that match will result in some big surprise, because I'm for a thing like Rampage, which is their premiere episode. I would assume they want something big, something that people remember, like, yeah, this is a good show. So you already got your Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage Impact match on there. Now you're going to have Britt Baker versus Red Velvet. Both sides said they were bringing backup, so it's already been heavily teased that Red Velvet is going to have Brandy Rhodes on her side, but will Dr. Britt Baker have someone on her side that is not Rebel? So my speculation is that hopefully it is the Iconics. I think that will be very cool if they show up. That could be those three women. It could be a good little stable together, and with Brandy already trying to, she was in a tag team before. I could see Brandy and Red Velvet being a tag team, and then with the Iconics, their new name will be Inspiration. With the Icon, I'm just gonna call them Iconics. Then when they come in, obviously they're a tag team, and maybe this could jumpstart the women's AEW tag team division. So that is my hope. No basis off of this. This is just me wishful thinking. So regardless, I hope there's a big surprise at Rampage. Not counting the big surprise of the week after Rampage. So we'll talk about that later. Another match, and this again kind of goes on with the Impact dealing that I said before. So you had another match I was looking forward to. This was the Good Brothers versus the Dark Order, and this is for their Impact Tag Team Championships. For me, loving the Elite, I post online all the time about everybody in the Elite, and I get shit upon all the time too. So when I posted about the Good Brothers and just basically praising them, I understand everyone loves the Dark Order. I like the Dark Order too, man. But if I had to choose, God, I gotta choose my peeps right there. So yeah, obviously I was saying that Good Brothers are gonna retain. There's no doubt about that. A lot of people disagreed with me and said they'd like to see the Dark Order on Impact. If that had happened, I would have been fine with it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I like seeing the Elite with all the gold. And I know the Good Brothers have lost their belt several times, but I think they all will drop the gold when Kenny Omega loses. So that's the only time, right? At this moment, let them all be golden. So match was pretty good. There was a little bit of shenanigans because Good Brothers came out with Brandon Cutler, and Dark Order came out with Colt Cabana. So Cutler tried to cheat for them by pulling on Evil Uno's leg, but that was quickly stopped because Colt Cabana knocked Cutler out. And then Frankie Kazarian came in and beat up Cutler. So so they were out. And in no time, there was some near falls. Like for a second, you thought that Dark Order was maybe going to win it because they hit a couple of their finishers or signatures on Carl Anderson, and I thought they were going to win there. But at the end, recipe stays the same, right? You got Magic Killer 1, 2, 3 done. So they retained. And like I said before, there was people that don't like these crossover matches, which is so weird. Why do you not like this? I don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, so those are my quick opinions, and I'm very sure I missed out on the tons of stuff. But like I said, I'm very tired. This is right after work. Just saying that next week, finally, I will be attending Rampage at the United Center, where it is heavily hinted that will be CM Punk's debut. So I am curious what is going to be on that card. So I've said before, there should be like no card on that episode. It's just gonna be, they're just gonna say Darby Allin with Sting interview with Tony Schiavone. That's it for that episode. And then the rest will be CM Punk coming in. Everyone cheers for 30 minutes. He says a few words. Darby Allin says a few words. They make up their match for All Out, and that is your hour-long episode for Rampage. And yeah, I can't wait. I got some pretty good seats for that show. And it's, just like with all my stuff, I always record as much as I can and post on Twitter and on TikTok. So check that out. I cannot wait to see that. So follow me on Twitter, guys. I am on there very often, and I try to interact with everybody. Thank you guys for DMing me the other day. Just cheering me up and stuff, because sometimes I am sick of work and I don't feel too good. So thank you guys for reaching out. Please check out my TikTok, Shining Polaris AEW, and where I post all my live clips of Impact, AEW, and Warrior Wrestling shows, and any other shows I attend to. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe a little long, but yeah. So all right, good night, and thank you. Bye.